Hello, and welcome to What If Africa Started Civilization, Episode 2. Sorry about Wednesday. A bunch of things got in the way. I couldn't record the day after, so there just wasn't a video that ever came out. So I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This one should be relatively short, pretty simple, and pretty easy. Today, I'm going to be eating Haribo gummy bears while I'm recording. So yes, let's get straight into it. In case you potentially forgot or something, the Southern Square Alliance, the Southern African Alliance, the SAA, together all these countries are actually pretty stable, pretty strong, and they're making each other more stable because South Africa is especially like a stronghold. Everything, like all of the there's so many major cities in here, and each one has like obviously they're not as big as they were before, but each one of them is a nice little quaint town, and they're really strong. Mozambique is kind of cooked because there's like there's honestly not that much going on, but there's like a singular tribe here, and they can't really figure stuff out enough, and they can't develop their own country. So their nearby allies, new allies, are going to come to help. We're going to see, well, I have the provinces up so that because they're going to kind of do, I guess, a peace treaty. They're going to give them borders, and they're going to fund them super heavily so that they know what they're doing, you know? Since there's only one actual, like, tribe, like, there's maybe groups of, like, 4 people somewhere up here, but they have gradually over time been moving over into another country, so they're not their problem. However, the Mozambique tribe that is kind of settled along this area over here, unless there's mountains here, if there's mountains here, that's going to be embarrassing. No. In this general area, there's like, it's all one tribe, but there's like multiple settlements and stuff. There's nothing else of the people that they need to explore. It's no longer an anarchy because everyone has moved. Basically, everyone's moved out of Mozambique for some reason. A lot of people just fled to South Africa because they're really nice country. But let's get straight to the borders, and also we're going to see some other countries are going to occupy some land because there's no possible way that Mozambique is going to be able to control all of this. Like, majority of countries are struggling to control their countries because they have so much land compared to where they're actually at and where they're living. Let's take a look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. This is exactly what the map is going to look like. You can't see it much right now, but this is what Mozambique has been reduced down to. Obviously, it's a very, very small compared to their previous land. However, again, it's the only amount of land that they can actually take and control themselves. Now let's look at all of the other countries that have sort of carved them up. Technically, the most important, sorry, my accent was slipping there. The most important countries that are, within this area are the ones that are actually in the alliance that did this, which includes Lesotho, I'm assuming. It's either Eswatini or Lesotho. I'm praying that it's Lesotho. I'm going to look stupid. And then, of course, Madagascar, genuinely the best country of all time, kind of. Now, the thing with the rest of the land, all the white land that you see, and yes, I did draw another border. But the thing with this land is, oh wait, shoot, I forgot. Of course, Africa is going to take some as well, so that these guys are still kind of completely bordered, but they have this tiny bit of coastline, so they're better off now. All of this excess land is going to be sold to the nearby countries, and they're going to have to buy these extra provinces that are remaining. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, technically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'll just count it as 4. I'm pretty sure this is Botswana. I forgot what this is called. I normally call it backwards Ethiopia because it kind of looks like Ethiopia if you flipped it this way and it was a little bit more wrinkly. Then there's also whatever this shrimp-looking seahorse country is going to extend down here. It's going to go way down into here, which is interesting. I have no idea what they were doing with these province borders, but originally I was going to have these guys to take all of this, but I don't like it, so I'm going to do that instead. Boom, we just got rid of one of the anarchist countries now, and I mean, the borders over here, they are very, very delicate and awesome. But let's move on to, well, the other two, starting with Somalia. I do this every single time that we go to the Anarchy countries. We update the exploration thing, which, I don't know. The Ethiopians have a completely different approach to this. They, instead of looking, oh my gosh, this country just collapsed, we should help them, they want to completely take all of this for themselves. However, they know they're not going to take all of it. Some of it is going to go to whatever this is, and potentially Djibouti, because Djibouti is awesome. Actually, Djibouti they're doing relatively well. Like, they're doing surprisingly well, especially economically. They're making a lot of money because of this sea border. A lot of the northern countries are relying on the Red Sea to trade to some of these southern countries. What are these guys going to do? Ethiopia is going to take the approach of invading into straight raw land. Boom, just like that. We're going to basically see they've explored almost all of it, and the only tribe that actually has completely formed themselves is going on up there, is Somaliland, and they are very tiny and weak, and Ethiopia they got their fist up, they're ready to clench Somaliland's freaking neck and rip it, because they hate these guys. At least to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure these two countries don't have good relations. Or maybe Somaliland does, but thirsty. They're very hungry for land because they're very impoverished. And then whoever these guys is, they're doing a good job. If they invade all of this land, they're gonna look mighty gold, if I will say so myself. This isn't the end of the episode or anything, but I do have to sort of pause the video here. I will be back. I will look different the next time you see, like when you see me, because I will have changed clothes, and also this will be darker because I need to eat dinner with my family, because yeah, this doesn't matter apparently. I'll see you guys later. I'll continue this when I come back. Sorry if I struggle to remember, but see ya.
A few moments later.
So, obviously it has been a while. Also, yes, if you watch my older videos, I think I wore them. But yes, I do normally, I wear glasses. I just don't wear them in videos because I think I look better. Let's get back to what we were doing. So, there was Somaliland, and then there was Ethiopia, which is really, they're closing in on there. Not sure why I didn't just clear this out because it's already been explored. Ethiopia is, obviously, they're a bit more talented compared to these guys. However, these guys are going to just expand their territory that they claim as themselves because they want to stand a bit more of a chance. I guess they want to declare these as their borders so that they have a bit more land until they get to like the centerpiece, which is right here. They're gonna offer Ethiopia a peace treaty because they don't want to fight this war, right? And they don't see any point in it. And Ethiopia decides, you know what, fine, but you're gonna need to give up a lot more land. Boom. Here is the peace treaty. It's pretty simple. It's mainly just Ethiopia, taking a bunch of stuff. This country right here, which I'm gonna real quick check what the name is, because I have not been calling it by its name and disrespecting the country. Dang it, bro. I should have trusted my gut. It is Kenya. For some reason, I thought Kenya was somewhere else in this area, which I don't know what other country it would be, but yes, this is Kenya. So Kenya is going to expand into this region. And in my opinion, I think Kenya's borders are better now, in my opinion. This looks pretty sexy to me. Most of the capturing is going to go to Ethiopia over here. Once Ethiopia claimed all of this land, they're going to take their claims from the pink team, and this is what the pink team Somaliland / Somalia country looks like. It's interesting. The borders are something. I mean, they follow the provinces, so there's not much I can do. Also, for some reason, I made it round right here when it's supposed to be straight. And as I stated earlier, Djibouti is going to get their purchase of land from Ethiopia's claims, and they also, I want to see, shoot, boom. Okay, sorry about that earlier. This is what Djibouti looks like. And, well, Kenya looks good. but it's kind of at the cost for Ethiopia because Ethiopia looks stupid. I'm being completely honest. They are, I mean, they're, at least they're an interesting country, but they look very dumb. I don't know why I have those on, but next up is the DRC. Let's see where this goes. We're gonna see, this is what the DRC, this is what it's been developing into. These are old regions of the DRC. They used to just be like provinces that look like this, but that changed because they split up their provinces. But it still works because they still have the shapes. They just, because they split up the provinces, they didn't change the shape of their provinces. Like you could see, these are the new ones, but this used to all just be one province, all just be one province. There used to be province here, and then one province here, and then there also used to be, I think, there used to be a province here, and I think all of this was a province, and then this little thing was a province as well. And then, of course, this right here, which is my favorite one. I think this used to be named like, I think it's Base Congo. Now it's named Congo Central, which I think Base Congo is a better name, but I'll call it Congo Central because that's its more modern name. They're kind of struggling to discover some of these eastern parts because of the mountains right here, mountains right there. Let's see what happens to this, because instead of people invading like I was originally going to do, I'm just going to have sort of a peace treaty type of thing. Also, what is happening right here? I sincerely apologize to anyone who's watching. Like, I mean, you're watching the video now, so you probably know. But this video is going to come out late because it is currently 7:47 p.m. and because I share a room with my brother, I'm not going to be able to work on the video super late. So I have no idea if this video is going to come out at all today. However, I will try my best to edit as much and release it as early as possible. I will wake up early and make sure that it gets released. I'm sorry for that inconvenience, especially since I didn't post on Wednesday and I didn't end up posting it on the day after. I'm sorry. But anyways, this is what the carving of the remaining of the DRC looks like. Now, this nation and this nation had somehow they've built a clash. Like, they don't like each other. So all of the collective countries around here and the Square Alliance has helped to kind of keep order in this whole thing and keep anyone from taking too much, because they're, you know, they're an outsider and they're also really cooperative with everyone. Basically, they've organized for a buffer state to be in the middle right here, and I'll explain that later. We're going to start with Angola is going to take this northern little bit. Angola is one of the strongest countries within this region. Actually, I think they are the strongest, so they deserve a nice good chunk of land. This red Eastern Guinea, whatever. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. This looks horrible, I'm realizing. I'll just have it rebel from the country at some point. I don't know. These guys, these purple guys, are going to get this land. Oh, maybe I should reconsider these borders. This looks like a drumstick that you shove into a shoe, or like a cactus that you put in a shoe. And then to me, this looks like a ghost, like with an arm here. It's kind of like a ghosty bits, and the other arm is like cut off because it's like undead or something. I don't know, just like pointing things out like that. These guys over here, the Uganda. I think this is Uganda. They're gonna take this bit of land. They look very long. They look like if they went up here and took this northern border, like if I elongated them up here, they would literally look like a banana, like a bent, distorted banana. Southern Golden team is going to take a little bit more land, which this is going to kind of piss off these guys because both they're like, these two are allies, kind of. It's a little bit complicated, but they generally cooperative with each other. But these two are kind of in the middle, but these guys and these guys hate each other, and none of these countries care about Central Congo or whatever this thing is called. Think about the rest of the land. I already told you what's going to happen with this one. I need to real quick make a color for this. I think I'm just going to just do a nice peachy color. I think that looks fine. Maybe make it a little bit darker and less saturated just a bit. This land, however, is going to be a bit complicated. And this is the first time I'm going to do this. four countries over here are going to have some difficult have a difficult time with this, because basically all of this is the same province, I'm pretty sure, yes. But everyone believes that they should have like a chunk of the province like that. They should split it up. Basically, the two bigger, more influential countries, I guess, they believe that this is, this is the thing. These guys believe that they should have they have like this thing. These guys want to take most of the land, and then these guys are also making it difficult, and they want to the land here as well. Obviously, this looks like a big cross of just a bunch of borders at the same time. The most cooperative and normal people here are these guys and these guys. They're genuinely respecting each other's space. But these two are making it difficult when they could have just split up the rest of the land. These guys wouldn't get much land, though, is mainly the problem. But they could have sorted that out with these guys instead of doing all this. And for this reason, all the Southern African Alliance is going to sort of just leave this as a blank area and let them share the land. Okay, please spare me. This took me forever to make. This took me 12 whole minutes. This is what I came up with, because this is like these areas that are owned completely are the areas that are owned completely is because they claimed it and no one else claimed it as well, which is why brown is kind of separated in this weird, very interesting way. Green owns this because they claim this and no one else did. However, green lays claim to this at the same time as these two, and brown lays claim to this part as the purple does also, and lays claim to this part as also the green does. Hopefully that's not too confusing. This was not a good idea. You should have made the borders for them square alliance, because this sucks. We are going to see a new operation, and that's what this shape is. The world organizations and other stuff like that will be white, and then this is going to be a Operation Explore, and it's this color so that it's easy to tell the difference, and Operation Explore is going to be conducted by primarily Egypt, because they are the most powerful, I think. Our second member is going to be Northern Morocco, right here. That's the name of the countries, by the way. Northern Morocco and Southern Morocco, not Morocco and West Africa. Just letting you guys know. And then we're also going to see Algeria, of course. Now, obviously, this is not a military alliance, because these two would not be in an alliance at all. This is just like a sort of declaring that they are a part of this operation, and therefore, like, their business. What their plans are. Libya is going to join, of course. They are very, very interested in the French and Greece area, and potentially even the Aegean Sea. There's also Sudan in the alliance as well. They are interested in the Middle East. These guys, Egypt, can already have this explored because they can visually see this from the border, but they're interested in Mesopotamia because they're so close to it. We're also, of course, going to see Eritrea because they're right across from the thing, and we're also going to see Djibouti, and this wasn't in my plans because this country was not in my plans, but we're also going to see them join. Ethiopia is not going to join because first of all, they don't have that much of a coast going towards the new land. And also just because they kind of bit off too much for them to chew, because they're struggling a little bit from controlling some of the lands where the people lived right here. It kind of sucks for them. Once they have this operation completely signed off, what they have for this is to ensure the safety of the explorers. It's basically that the explorers have this sort of code. Basically, the people who are exploring have to follow by a certain set of rules that the entire continent has established, as well as the fact that the countries have to follow the rules. And basically, the explorers cannot fight just because they are from different countries. That's against the rules, and both the people that were in that situation and both of the countries will be punished for that. But it's going to be pretty successful on Egypt's part because they are, well, they've been growing a lot because they're really powerful and they are kind of a stronghold of this area. Most people move to Egypt or Sudan or Algeria if they are in, especially in these countries. Djibouti and these guys and Eritrea, they are going to, Djibouti is really in this just so that they can control the strait right here to into the Red Sea. And then Sudan is going to also explore into this. Some of the rule sets for the for Operation Explore is also going to be like, don't raid, obviously. The explored land, they have their own pre-claimed section of their explored land. And of course, Morocco and Algeria, well, Morocco is going straight for Iberia. And I am realizing that I need to have mountains on because this is going to make it a lot easier because most of this took a while to explore. Just keep that in mind, that this mostly took a long time to explore because I kind of forgot about mountains. We're going to see this. Also, I should turn on the rivers because that must make it a lot easier for them to explore a lot of things. They're doing pretty well. I slightly updated the stuff right here so that it follows with the geography a little bit more. Even though it looks a little stupid, it's more accurate geography wise. We're gonna see Algeria right now. Boats they're a little bit they're a little lackluster. There's not a lot going on. They can only really do nearby islands, like they can only really go up to here. Egypt is also going to explore Cyprus as well, and then these Iberian island things are also going to be explored by Algeria over here. And that is going to be it for this section of the video. I guess while we were doing this whole Operation Explore thing, Guinea, I think this is the country of Guinea. They're doing numerous amount of damage. I mentioned last episode, you know, they're kind of becoming a trade. Why am I speaking with an accent, dude? Their capital has become sort of a trade center from everything up here, like this stuff up here. It goes down a train, and it's improved all of these countries, but these guys, it's improved the most. These two have not been doing so well because these guys are they're taking a lot of stuff and they kind of have like their own little trail. As long as there's not a mountain, yeah, there's a mountain here, but like they have their own little trail that goes through here. And it works better than going through these capitals because these capitals are not really good sites of refuge. At least that's what these guys have made their propaganda to say. And these two got really angry, and so they started a war with them. But it's fine because Guinea was already planning to go to war with these two. So it did not work out in either of these two's favors. They are really weak right now compared to Guinea. And they have a really weird tactic. They have like two completely separate army groups taking care of these two countries. They offer the Ivory Coast this whole chunk of land, and Ivory Coast is on the fence about it. And both of these countries are going to surrender. They're going to say, I give up. The only one that they're going to accept that from is these guys, because these guys they're accepting the fact that they are not going to mainly exist. But these guys, the government surrenders because their capital has been captured and whatnot. However, the small amount of people that are still here say no and say that they are running the country now. Boom. No longer an issue for the yellow team. Let's see a peace treaty. Kind of interesting, but the Ivory Coast is going to get this corner piece right here. It's pretty valuable. It's got some people living on the coast right here. The yellow team, of course, they're going to completely take care of both Sierra Leone and Liberia. Guinea is looking pretty big. Hey, that rhymes with guinea pig. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Finally, I am sincerely sorry about Wednesday's video and today's video being late and needing to be pushed to tomorrow because that is going to be on a Saturday, and that's going to suck. This was pretty exciting episode. I'm pretty sure this is going to be way longer than I wanted it to be, because I got sort of thrown off and started stuttering a lot more because of going out to dinner. Made a lot of progress. Have a good day, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. See ya.